And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Covers all the aspects of various techniques of our general
was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at the government college, Ujeli.
Go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, some more camp. You don't compensate everybody.
In its key generation sometimes. Today I'll focus on the style of T.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet. Welcome to Fighting Poverty and Engaging Conservation Through Sounds 2010. It is part of the Conference on Sustainable Strategies and Practices for Development 2010 as well. Good day, sir.
Okay.
What is your impression on the Conference on Sustainable Strategies and Practices for Development?
It has been very, very resourceful. In fact, I'm overwhelmed with joy for having been a participant here. I want to believe that if you're a participant here, either as a listener or a speaker, you're not going to leave this place empty-handed. You're going to leave with a great packet in hand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With these ideas about globalization and so on, and so forth, the speakers wonderful. Everything
and also you don't come
so
there today. You don't come there today. You come to the one.
Good day, sir. What is your name?
Dr. Julius.
What is your impression about this conference?
I think I've learned a lot. It has revolutionized my perception of development, and it has given me the opportunity, to appreciate what experts have been doing. It has given me the opportunity to understand that sustainable development can be attained if we take time out to redefine strategies. And I think it's high time the government take into consideration the work of organizations like this to help them draw out valuable policies that can bring the much needed change that we've been craving for. I think it's a blessing to be part and parcel of such a conference, because I've been lost for some while owing to the fact that the Western school of thought had overwhelmed me, and I couldn't have that foresight that through certain studies, certain new concepts, certain innovations and spirit, one could see the possibility of Africa changing from its state through what these conferences are all about, all through the various papers, the various essays, the various how do I put it? Presentations. At the end of the day, I think I'm very, very satisfied, and I have a different perception about development, and I'm positive that change can be realized if and only if we apply what we've learned, what we've had the opportunity to witness.
I'm Helen Allotey.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good day.
Hello.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development. What is your impression about the the workshop on Sustainable Strategies and Practices for Development 2010?
Well, I think it's been a success and it's been very enriching because I've learned a lot of things. There were things that I never knew even Cameroonians were doing, so now I'm more aware. And I'm thinking of, now I've had enough information to go and have a think of what to do for my country,
So what do you think the way forward should be for Africa in terms of sustainable development?
Well, I think more participatory approaches. I mean, conferences like this will go a long way to get people involved and make people aware of things that are happening around them, and they go around not knowing. And I think maybe if you could get the public, the general public, apart from maybe the NGOs and others, involved really in this kind of a presentation, it will do them more good.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community
You're
and
welcome,
Development.
Yes.
Good day, sir.
Yes, thank you.
What is your name? You're a doctor and a researcher in fisheries. What is your impression about the conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development?
Yeah, my impressions are very positive, and we look forward to such conferences here, and because such conferences where the researchers meet with local actors, it's a forum for us to share ideas, a forum for us to know ourselves. Like today, there's this young man of this NGO who was so pleased when he got my presentation, because we never knew ourselves. So at least from here, we know ourselves now, and there will be continuity in collaboration with respect to our different fields of expertise.
What is your thinking after this conference on the way forward for Africa in terms of sustainable development?
Yeah, the way forward for Africa will, to me, will be that people, because in Africa, people have a tendency of working alone, working solitary. You see, it's as if each one is hiding something. So I think after this conference, if we can create other fora where we can come together and share ideas and cultivate a habit of working, of people of the same domains working together, then I think there will be there will be a lot of improvement in our economic advancements.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development.
Okay, you're welcome.
Good day, sir.
Hello.
What are your names?
Melvin Wajiri, and I am the director for the peer education program of Cameroon and the national concept owner for Dansolai.
And what is your impression about the conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development?
First, I must say that I have a good impression about it, and holding the conference at this time is appropriate and strategic. It's timely. And if I may be very specific, as I look at the theme, sustainable strategies and practices for development. I think most of the development practices, the ones that have been involved in, were not so much. They were not so sustained in the sense that there was no strategic thinking about the generations that will come, what mark they will leave behind. And I think with this, there's a lot that has been gathered from the presenters and from they are so eloquent, even the presentations and the way it was presented, and the input from the participants, and so it makes me to think in another horizon again. And I think I'll have a focus in implementing some developmental projects for sustainability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day,
thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development, Doctor. What is your impression about this conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development?
I think it has been a wonderful opportunity that in 2 days we have achieved so much. There's been so much interest. If you look at the list of articles, they've touched most of the things that have made us look so miserable and insecure. about the things we can do for Cameroon and for Africa and the world. So it's a wonderful opportunity. The exchange, the networking is so wonderful. We've made a lot of, we in research are very happy. We've made a lot of stakeholders who are operating in isolation within Limbe and Mbongaya, the Southwest, without us knowing that we really assist them. So this is an opportunity for us to work with them so that at least we can take our place in Central Africa, in Africa, in the world, in the near future.
Thank you. So what do you think should be the vision for sustainable development in Africa now?
Oh, well, all we need to do is to try to make sure that we organize, as we said, networking. We need to be in permanent contact with all the stakeholders, with all the institutions that are operating. We need to be informed about, the dynamics of the regional market, of the African market, of the international market, so that we can also benefit the advantage of exporting value-added products. So those are some of the things that we want to do, because we are a very rich country with a lot of biodiversity, we have a lot of things to export, so that we also have the right information. We can be an important partner in the world trade, and that will respond in terms of revenue for the population, targeting the poor, but those guys are not the poor, they're very rich in spirit, and if they have the right orientation, they can be rich, not in a negative sense, but in the positive sense.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Good day, sir. What is your name?
My name is Christian Mufo.
And what is your impression about this conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development?
I think my impressions are obviously very good. For 2 days working in order to come up with sustainable strategies for development, I think it's been wonderful, because it has been an opportunity to meet stakeholders operating in various diversities of life, to come together like this. I think it has been wonderful.
So what do you think should be the vision for African sustainable development now?
I think that so far that we have come, the framework that we have attained this evening is a very commendable and laudable effort, because, as it is said in English, 2 heads are better than 1, and there's many heads that have put their technical know-how together will help us and will come a long way in actually putting together the possible framework for sustainable development in Cameroon and Africa in general.
Thank you very much. Thank you for participating.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Mr. Mbome Hans.
Okay. What is your impression about this conference?
Well, it was very good. I think such workshops and conferences should be held regularly to help one another to understand so many things. And why not liaise?
Thank you. What do you think should be the vision for African sustainable development based on the framework?
Oh, well, based on the framework, it's too much of integration. And I think with too much of integration, it will pave a way to arrive to a better future.
Thank you very much. Hello? What is your name?
I'm Ifnatan Mekembo.
Okay. And what do you think about this conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development?
No, actually, this conference was really a success. When you look at the speakers, also the audience, and also the topic that was developed in this workshop, they are really focused on how to tackle and to solve the sustainable development problems.
Okay, so what do you think should be the vision for Africa after now?
No, I'm sure that the vision for Africa is, first of all, to adapt on the potential, as we are talking about globalization. They should adapt on what are the potential to take advantage on it to develop themselves.
So what do you think about the framework we have had today?
The framework, as it was a multi-participant, multi-skillness, many people participated in the development of that framework. I'm sure that if we use it as a tools to develop our sustainable development strategy, I'm sure that it will work.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Hello, sir.
Trust me.
Good day, sir. Yeah, what are your names?
I'm called Ngilo Maxilo.
And
I'm the head of the orchestra. Let me put it that way, the band leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been animating in the conference organized by the African Center for Community Development. What is your impression of this conference?
No, the conference, it was good. And we are still hoping of the future. We know that the future will be bright, more than this. Yeah.
Okay. And so what do you have to say to other people about development and music from your own side?
Pardon?
What do you have to say to other people about development? You've been singing for development here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what can you say?
No, just that all of us, we are fighting for the future of tomorrow. Together we stand, divided we fall. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best in all your activities.
Thank you.
Good day. Good day. You just completed a workshop on sustainable strategies and practices for development. Who are you, sir?
I am Basil Asazefo. I'm the Director of Assembly of Youth for Sustainable Environment and Development, as you said.
What are your impressions about this conference?
Actually, I have a very, very high, I hold this conference very high because of the divergence in presentation in terms of the participants coming from different backgrounds, different points of view. Actually gave an opportunity for all of us as stakeholders in development to share experiences and share best practices, which is something very important. Also, I realized that during this conference we had the opportunity of organizations finding common grounds on which partnerships and development, networking and development. Actually, I think the conference was a very good one.
What is your impression about the framework that we have succeeded to have from Africa?
Okay, I would like to say that at a glance, I think it looks very holistic to me because it takes into consideration many different aspects, and I think this is particularly due to the fact that the representation came from every background, and we could have people looking at things from all the angles of the world. I think it's kind of holistic, and we look at it as
Thank you very much for the African Center for Community and Development, and I wish you the best in your organization, Mr. Director.
Thank you very much.
Good day.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development.
You're welcome.
What is your impression about the conference on sustainable strategies and practice for development?
It's been very wonderful. I'll begin by saying that I, as moderator, I went through the script and I realized that personally I've learned a lot, and the message that this center is sending across, I think is going to go a long way to help, right from the rural masses, right up to the zenith. I thank you very much, and it's a really swing.
So what do you think should be the way forward for Africa?
The way forward for Africa is let's strive to know that the message should always go to the grassroots. And I know that there should be a style of getting those at the grassroots to have the message of sustainable development, message of how they could
transform what they have around them to finished products, make sure how they could transfer the natural, their natural habitat to things that will make them better. So it's how to get to the grassroots first, then we'll start climbing up the ladder to go to higher heights.
Thank you very much for talking to the African Center for Community and Development.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Thank you.
And this has been Arrey Ivo for the African Center for Community and Development. I have been reporting on the conference on sustainable strategies and practices for development and on the workshop Fighting Poverty and Engaging Conservation Through Sounds 2010. Thank you very much.
And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all the aspects affecting the various techniques of our development. Was the Ijaw country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was as a government college, Ujeli.
Go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, some more camp, you compensate everybody.
In its key generation sometimes. Today our focus will be in the style of T.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point at more dancing.
It's something that needs to be exploited. Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. There are lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. After some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.